Students, this is the review of the same lookup formula, but instead of grade, will generate here the GPA. So as I have discussed with you that first you have to go with a request to sign, then you have to select the lookup formula when you are going to type look. So you will have a lookup formula. Then first thing lookup value formula asks is what is your lookup value. So your lookup value is always your percentage against which you use to assign your grade or GPA. So this is your lookup value, comma, then lookup vector. So before you start your lookup vector, you have to assign a middle bracket. As you know, this is the revision. I also already discussed the lookup grade formula with you. This is the similar lookup GPA formula. All I have to change is at the last, instead of A, B plus, B, C plus, I'm going to assign 3, 3.5, 4, and the different GPAs as per the grading schemes. So lookup vector is all lookup formula is always implemented and assigned in an ascending order, increasing order. So the minimum grade start point is 0. Then second grade, that is C grade, started from 60. Then second grade started from 60. Then C plus started from 67. Then C B grade started from 74. Then B plus started from 81. And then A grade started from 88, comma. Then I have to press again another comma, and then I'm going to start another middle bracket in which I'm going to define the result vector against these grading percentage. So the result is in the form of GPA. So for fail F grade, we have GPA 0, comma. And I already told you in if formulas, nested if formulas, that if you have numeric grades, for example, numeric result, for example, GPA. So you have two options to assign the GPA. Either you can use inverted commas, or you can, if you don't want to use inverted commas to generate the results of GPA, then also you can generate. Both options are available. But if you use inverted commas, your result will be treated as a string, that is character string, non-numeric data. And if you are not going to assign inverted commas, then your result will be treated as numeric data. So this is the basic difference, conceptual difference. Otherwise, you can generate the results in both ways when you have the result output in the form of numeric values. So 0, then we have output result. For 60, we have 2. Then for C plus grade, we have GPA 2.5. For B grade, we have GPA 3. Then for B plus grade, we have GPA 3.5. And for A grade, our GPA is 4. Then I'm going to close the middle bracket. Then I'm going to close the small round bracket. Then press enter to execute this formula. So you can see I have the result without inverted commas as well. So this is actually the revision of previous topic, GPA using grade using GPA using lookup. Previous topic was grade using lookup. So the formula is similar, the concept was similar. All I have just changed, instead of grade over here, I have assigned the GPA values. This is the basic difference. All right, now our next topic is searching criteria using vertical lookup or horizontal lookup. So for example, this is my entire data in which I have different grades, GPA. These are the replicas of the same. This grade, again same grade, the GPA, the same GPA, and again the same GPA. So actual my data, if you talk about the entire data, so my actual data is this: from name, student names, from till subject 1 marks, subject 2 marks, subject 3, subject 4 of 10 marks, then percentage, then the status that either they are pass or fail, then their grade and their GPA. So this is actually my total available results. Then I have done some repeated activities by using different formulas. So, so I have applied the, by selecting all these, I have applied them in the in particular boxes. From here you can see all borders. I have assigned all borders, and then I have selected outer border as thick border. Now, if you can see, now I have entire data available with me. These are the excessive data, and these ranges are, now I want to generate or the result, searching result. For example, I want to search any students result. So if I have thousands of students, or I have so many data available for my customer or students or whatever it is, and I want to search my specific data, so it takes so much time in finding the things. So instead of doing this, sometimes we have specific name, or we have some IDs. If you select or enter that ID of a student, then automatically the result, the status, and the grade that person achieved is automatically in front of you. This is called the searching criteria, which makes your reduce your effort and makes your work easier. So how we can do this? We have two formulas in order to search our results among a huge large number of database. When we have large number of customers or patient list, or you can say student names are available. One is called horizontal lookup, and other is called vertical lookup. So how we can differentiate between horizontal lookup and vertical lookup? When my data is, you can see this is my data. When my data is as organized in different column wise, my fields, these are my fields are in different columns, and against these different columns my data records are in different rows. These are different rows. So this is my record of student number 1 in first this row, and record of student number 2 in this row, then record of student number 3 in this row. So these are my records of 10 students. When my fields are organized in different you can see columns, and my data is organized in different rows for these fields, these columns, it is known as vertical organization of data. And vice versa is for the horizontal organization of data. So first I am going to discuss with you the vertical organization of data, vertical lookup, and then I am going to tell you the concept of horizontal lookup. So for vertical lookup, for example, here I am in this searching criteria, I'm going to also discuss with you the data validation concepts. Instead of selecting, typing the student's name, I'm going to make a drop down list using data validation concept. So in searching criteria, we are going to discuss another concept which is named as data validation concept. All right. So here I'm making an heading of vertical lookup by right click on it. And if I'm going to merge this cell, these entire many cells becomes a single cell. I'm going to type over here vertical lookup, that is v lookup. So I'm going to color it out, this heading. And if you want to make it center aligned, then in home tab you have these options. This is center aligned horizontally, and this is center aligned vertically. So now here I want the name of my student, that is my student list. Then I want here the status, their status, that is either they are pass or fail, result status of their results. And then here I'm going to find what grade the students have achieved. So since these are different fields, I'm going to bold these fields by clicking on Control B. Then I'm going to select all these fields as well. And instead of clicking on B, I can also use bold command by holding the control button and then press B, Control B. Now here I'm making a drop down list. So for the drop down list, first what I have to do is I'm going to click on data. Then here's something written on data validation. Sometimes in new Microsoft Office programs, data, the organization of these tools are in such a manner that text is not written, but these symbols are available for you. And then when you go bring your cursor on these uh, images, then you found the something in downward, the data validation. This is the data validation tool. So if data validation is not written to, you must have to keep in your mind this symbol tick and one red clear circle cross symbol is the data validation symbol. Where you can find this symbol is in data tab. In data tab, then you have different columns. This is general external data, get external data, then connections column, then sort and filter column, and there is the data tools column. You have to find this data validation tool in data tools column. We have so many column tools, among which one is data validation. So you have to click on data validation. A window will be popped up in front of you in which something is written over here, setting, then input, then error. So right now you don't have to use input and error, etc. You just focus on setting. So in setting, in allow, you actually, I want to make a drop down list in this particular cell. I want to make a drop down list in this particular cell. What is drop down list is, many times you are doing sign up activities either on Microsoft uh, uh, ms ms, I can say Microsoft accounts like Hotmail or Outlook, or you can see Gmail accounts. So when you are doing sign up activities, you have an option of country. So when you are going to click on country, there is a huge drop down list available from A to Z, all the countries name available. So you select any one country through in the country you belongs to actually. So this is that list is called the drop down list. So I want to create the drop down list over here for the student names. So in settings, in this data validation window, allow any value, I have to select from here the list. So here is the list option. Then source of the list. So where is the source available? By after clicking on this cell, when my cursor start blinking over here, I have to select the entire student name from student number 1 till student number 10. So I'm going upward over here, and I'm going to select from here and keep on selecting and drag downward my mouse till student number 10. So you can see the range of student name is available over here in the source. And you see, I have already, by default, it is already checked in cell drop down. This will help me in creating drop down, drop down list. So when I'm going to press OK, then I came back to the same cell where I have assigned these results. So you can see I have a tab over here. When I'm going to click over here, I have this drop down list of my available students. Right now I have only 10 students, but when you have thousands of students, this list is going to be huge. So after doing this, I'm going to select any one student name against which I have to apply my vertical lookup. This part is for the data validation activity. From here in status and grade, I'm going to apply the vertical lookup formula. So I have selected, for example, I have selected the student number 5. Now on the basis of this name, I want to search the status of this student in the entire data available with me in Microsoft Excel. Or you can say sometimes you have your own maintained database. So all the student records you have in your database, or your customer record, or your patient's record in your database. So what is the status of that patient? That it is uh, treated completely, and he that patient is discharged, or that patient is still in the hospital and under observation, or whatever the reason status can be for that particular patient. Right now we have status, pass and fail for the student. So status. So here I'm going to start applying my formula. So is equals to Vlook. When I'm going to press Vlook, there is a formula of Vlookup, vertical lookup. I'm going to select this formula by clicking on this formula. Then what is the lookup value? I want to look up this value, comma, where lookup table array, where I want to look up this value in this entire database from student number 1 to onwards, and for all the students. Here I want to look that particular value. For example, I found the value over here, student number 5. So next tab is column index number. That is against this student number 5, when this value is found in this particular database, what result you want to generate. So you have to mention the column index number, that is which column result you want to see. So I want to see the result of status. So the thing I am searching was name. Name is in reference column 1. Make sure, keep in your mind that the thing you are searching, you have to start your data table array from that particular cell. If I'm searching from something subject number 1, so I have to, instead of selecting from name, I have to select from here. So for example, sometimes we have name, sometimes we have registration number. For example, I have registration number over here, but I am searching the data on the basis of name. So I'm not going to select the data from registration number, but I'm going to select the data from name. So whatever you are looking for, your lookup value, it has to be in reference column 1. So right now, my name, I'm searching the name, my name is in reference column 1. Then I have reference column 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. In reference column 9, with respect to reference column 1, that is name, in column 9, column index 9, I have my status and I want to generate the result of my status. So in column index number, I'm going to put the value. You can see I'm going after comma, the column index number, I'm going to assign the value over here 9. Then range lookup, either I want to do exactly match or approximately match. If I'm going to press comma, then the formula asks me about true or false, that is approximately match of the formula or exact match of the formula. What is different between approximately match and exact match? For example, if you are going for the approximately match and your student names first 10 characters are similar, and you want to generate the result of the person, the same first 10 character name of another student is similar, so there are chances of error that the person I'm willing to find the result, I'm having the result of any other person. So this is the drawback of exact matching, approximately matching. So instead of doing this approximately matching, I go for exact matching. Exact matching is going to cross check each and every character of the student. Sometimes if we have same name, then we assign the students A, B, or junior, senior, or whatever. Sometimes, and if we cannot create a logic in names, then we go create such criteria on the basis of registration numbers or the NIC or anything which is unique, which is the unique identity. So right now, since I have selected on the basis of student name, so I am teaching you mostly go for exactly match. So either I'm going to click on exactly match, or I have another options. Exactly match means 0. 0, if I'm going to type it 0 numeric value, 0 means exactly match, and that is false, and 1 means true, that is approximately match. So 0 1 binary logic, 0 1. So either there are two options, either I'm going to double click on exact match, or I can just type 0, the same. Or if I want approximate results, either double click on approximately match, or you can type 1. So I want to go, I am willing to go for exact match, that is false. So I have pressed 0 over here. Then I'm going to close my parenthesis. My formula is complete and ready to execute. After pressing it, the formula is going to be executed, and I have the result. So you can see when I'm going to change the student name, I don't have to apply this formula again and again for the students. Once I have applied the formula for the entire database, when I'm going to change the student name, this result status is automatically changed with the name of the student I have selected. For example, I have selected the name of student number 10. So you can see the student number 10 is fail in our database. You can see over here that the student number 10 status was fail. So this is how we can apply the vertical lookup formula. Now I'm again applying on the basis of this, so that on the basis of this student name, I'm also willing to apply the grade of different students, so that when I'm going to select a specific student, not only the status, but I can also fetch the grade of that particular student as well, so that I can check and monitor the performance of that student, that either we need to do some hard work on that particular student or not. So again, actually this is the repeat telecast of the same formula we have assigned. Now you have to learn that formula again. What I have to change only is this column index number. We are assigned a new column index number in which grade are available in our database. For example, if I can see, my grades are available next to the status and the next to the status. So if status column is 9, so grade column index number is 10. So this I have to change, otherwise the entire formula will be same for the grade as well. So I am applying the formula from scratch so that you can learn more about this formula. So is equals to v look, then I have to select this vertical lookup formula. There are two options to select this formula. You can select by arrow key and then press tab button as well, and if you are not comfortable with your keyboard, then you can double click on that particular formula and it's just going to be selected. First thing formula demanding is lookup value. So here is my lookup value, then comma, then table array, that where my database is available. So I must remember that the table area I'm going to select from where my first reference cell's lookup value is available. So my lookup value is available in the very first cell in this case. But if it is not available in first cell, you have to select from where this name tab is available, and from where that particular column onwards you have to select the data onwards. This way you are not going to select it backward. This is the drawback of vertical lookup, is it only finds the data in a forward direction. The value you are looking for and the results you are looking for against that value, if they are in the forward direction, in the next column, in the rightward columns, then VLOOKUP or HLOOKUP is going to be okay with you. Otherwise it generates errors. Then we have other two different formulas through which we can search in the backward direction as well. Then for that we have to uh, I can say use two different formulas, combination of two different formulas in order to achieve the backward searching, which is known as index and match. Index and match formulas is actually the assignment. So you have to search it, that how to apply index match function in the backward direction. If my data, if my grade, this grade is written before the name and I want to search the grade on the basis of name, then how to apply, how to make that searching criteria, or what formula we have to use. I have already pointed out the formula you can use, but you have to create your logic that how you are going to use index and match two different formulas to make a single formula in order to find the searching criteria in backward direction. So this is your student, this is your assignment, so you have to do it now. uh, Grade so is equals to no, I have to select the table array. I have already selected the formula table array. So I am going to select from here student number 1 till the GPA, grade and GPA, and downward direction till the student number 10. So this is my entire table array. Then comma, then I have to insert my column index number over here. I already know that since my status is in column index number 9, so grade is in 10. You can, if you don't know, if you don't remember, you can count as well. This is reference column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to apply over here. reference column 10, then comma, then exactly matched in order to produce an exact matching 0, then bracket close, small bracket close, that is parenthesis close, and then I'm going to press enter so that the formula is executed. So you can see grade is also, when status is failed, grade is also F. When we have passed, then we can have multiple grades. So for example, I'm selecting the name of student number 1. So you can see the status student number 1. You can see the status pass and the grade A. In a similar way, if I'm going to select student number 2, then pass and grade B plus. In a similar way, student number 4, pass C plus. And if I'm going to press on student number 8, fail, and automatically the grade is F grade. So this is how you can use Microsoft Excel to create a searching criteria. Now we are going to learn how to make horizontal lookup. Horizontal lookup and vertical lookup, the basic formula concept is similar. There is no any big difference, but the organization of data is different. Here the data is organized vertically, so we can apply vertical lookup. We cannot apply over here horizontal lookup. But if our data is organized horizontally, then we will go for H lookup. Instead of vertical lookup and H lookup, the remaining formula content is similar. Remaining formula content is similar as well. The difference is V lookup and H lookup, that is V and H. This is the basic difference, and the organization of data is different. So if I want to convert my vertical organized data into horizontal organized data, this is very easy. Sometimes people don't know, but you know, we have learned matrices in metric or enter, uh, at least in metric mathematics, you have learned uh, the matrices concept. There is a concept of transpose of matrix, that converting different rows into columns and vice versa. So if I have a vertical organized data, after copy that data, if I want to convert it into horizontal organized data, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this particular cell, for example, and then I'm going to right click over here. Then I have the option of paste special. I'm going to click on paste special. So a window will be popped up in which I can do different options. One option is, you can see, transpose whatever the data I have selected. Now I am going to convert it into transpose form. That is, if this data is vertically organized, it becomes horizontally organized. If that data is horizontally organized, it becomes vertically organized. So whatever the state of data right now, it converts it into the vice versa. So transpose. Okay, so you can see now my student names are in different rows. Previously these fields are in different columns. Now these fields are in different rows, and against these fields my my data records are in different columns. So name, record of student number 1, 2, 3, and so on. Subject 1 record. So this is this. Now previously my records were in different rows. Now my record are in different columns. So this is my first record. Then student number 2, second record of second student, third record, and so on. So previously my fields are in different columns, and the data or records available in different rows. Now my fields are in different rows. You can see 31 row number, 32, 33 are in different rows. And against these rows, my data available in different columns, you can see. So this is actually basic difference. Now, uh, after converting my data into horizontally organized, I can apply the Lookup formula. So, I'm going to create again the, I'm going to give the, select these cells and then merge these different cells by clicking on merge and center. Then I'm going to type over here horizontal lookup, that is H lookup. Then I'm going to click on it, control B bold, then yellow, then center align. After this, over here I have the field of name. Then I have here status, then create. I want to do these fields bold. So control B by selecting, holding the control button and then press B, control B. Now I want to make a drop down list again. So you already know that how we have done this, the drop down list by, so over here, I'm going to create a drop down list again by using data validation. So first of all, I am going to click on data tab. See, you can see here data tab. Then in data tools column, you have a data validation option. So click on data validation. Again, in any value, you have to click on list. So here we have list. Then source, where is my name list is available. So previously it was in different rows, now it is in different column in a single row. So you can see here, you can see here student number 1 till student number 10. So after I'm going to click on OK, in my selected cell I have the drop down list of student names. So for example, I have selected the name of student number 3. Now in order to search the status of the student, previously the data was vertically organized, so we have VLOOKUP formula. Now the data is horizontally organized, so we have HLOOKUP formula, so is equals to HLOOK. So when I'm going to press HLOOKUP, a formula is available over here. You have to either double click or select tab button and then lookup value. This is the lookup value, comma, where is the table array in which I want to look up this value. So here is my table array from student number 1 till student number 10 and then downwards all the data. Here is my data available in which I want to search that particular student name, and when my student name is searched, then against that student name row index number I want to generate as an output. So status, you can see previously it is in column, now it is in row. So reference row number name 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So if you can see in the formula, previously the formula is asking about column index number. Now this formula is asking for the row index number. So with respect to the reference row, that is name, my status row index number is again 9. So 9 exactly match 0, parenthesis closed, enter. So you can see I have the pass status of the student number 3. The student number 3 is pass. So again I am repeating the same formula, is equals to H lookup tab By double clicking or tab, you can select the formula, then lookup value. This is the lookup value, comma, table array. So here is my table array. Here is my table array. Then I have to select comma and then row index number. So after status row index number was 9. So grade is after status, so it is 10. So I don't need to count again and again. 10 comma exactly match 0, parenthesis closed, and enter. So when I'm going to change the student name over here, I will have different student results, you can see. So this is how the searching criteria we can make using Microsoft Excel for our database available in Microsoft Excel. So this is it as far as searching concepts are concerned, that is vertical lookup and horizontal lookup.